morning. How is everyone today? Hope you're doing well. Nikki Thomas, Career Success Coach, and doing a video today on mastering office politics. We've all been there, and it is an absolute minefield, right? I have no idea. For me, office politics, they just drive me absolutely nuts. But there is actually a way of being able to navigate those sort of politics and get through, at least win the game. Because it's horrible. It's horrible when you don't know what you're doing, right? So, as always, I'm just beaming this into the group as well. So bear with me for 2 minutes, and we'll wait for some people to join. Right. How are you all though? Good? Give me a thumbs up if good. Middle, down. Well, happy Monday. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Wonderful morning so far, shall we say. Just trying to sort Facebook out. It's always a little bit temperamental. Doesn't seem to be working. So what we'll do is we will have to beam to anyone that's in the group. I apologise, and we will beam this into the group after I finish posting, I guess, because it's not working. But today I want to talk about, it's not going to work, so I'm going to give up, I think. Let's have a look. But yeah, so I sort of want to know your stories. So let me know, how are you getting on? What is it? Tell me about a story. Tell me a story about your office politic nightmares, because I can give you some of my own. But it's always good to hear other people's. I know that for me, I'm no good with office politics. Until I learned to play office politics, I was actually someone that's quite emotional. I don't like playing games. I don't like being somebody that I'm not. So if somebody annoys me in the office, I always thought it was absolutely fine to stay how I felt. Hi to everyone that's joined. I've got 2 people joining so far. So hi there. Unfortunately, Facebook doesn't tell me who you are. So give me a thumbs up, give me a hi. It'd be great to see who you are. But yes, so with office politics, for me, it took me a really long time to learn how to play the game, because it's a minefield out there, right? And I really struggled with it. So it'd be really, really good to know how your stories add up. For me, what I decided to do was, I'm trying to do 2 things at once, can't multitask. But what I actually ended up doing very much was just learning how to play the game, and actually removing myself from, I didn't get myself so involved anymore, because in the end it's just not worth it, right? So to everyone in the group that's now part of this video, hi guys, give me a little wave, let me know that you can see me, that you can hear me. If you're watching it on the replay, #replay. We've all got those annoying colleagues. We've got those colleagues in our lives that we just wish would work with us, not against us. The problem with office politics, right, is that we have a load of people, usually ambitious people, all thrown into a room at the same time, and are made to work together, really. Well, we're made to work together, but at the same time compete against each other, because there's only ever one promotion, and you always come in as a pool, like whether you come in as a graduate pool or you come in into the role as a new person, but you're normally like a pool of people who are then given one top spot. So even though you don't think that you're competing against each other, you are really, because some people will leave, some people don't like it, they'll move to a different job. There's so many other situations that will go on, but actually what it is that whoever you're working with, your colleagues and your peers, there'll eventually only be one job, and that person will move into the manager role. And we've all experienced it, right? When one person moves into the managerial role and everybody hates them, or they no longer can come and join for lunch anymore because they're managers and they're different to us. Or you become that person, right? Where you're that person that you get promoted and then you wonder why no one wants to be your friend anymore, because no one can trust you. So this is the problem with office politics, is that we all go in sort of on one level, or you're at least hoping that you're on one level, or you've got a manager that you think you're better than, so eventually ambition comes in and you want to jump ahead. But we've all got those annoying colleagues that stab you in the back, that will get you to bitch and to gossip, and then next thing you know, it's like being at school, and the next thing you know, that whatever you've said or you've agreed with, someone else then knows about it, and before you know it, you're sort of caught out. So I wanted to go and put some tips and some tools down, just to sort of survive office politics basically like a pro, because once you've navigated it, and once you realise that work, you can have your friends, and we spend more time at work than we do in our social lives, right? So you know, you can always have work friends, but you've got to start playing the game, and you've got to start removing yourself and removing emotion from it. Once you do that, you'll be in such a better position. So one of the biggest things I always say is be liked by everybody, in the workplace, because you know, and this is from everyone, you know, everyone that's below you, everyone that's above you, you know, be nice to everyone. You know, those memes that go around, and things like Morgan Freeman says, like, you know, be nice to the janitor as well as the CEO. It's exactly the same as that. Be nice to absolutely everybody, because you never know when you're going to need their help. The people that I'm actually nicest to are usually, you know, people that are looking after other people's diaries, or, you know, people that are helping me with, you know, producing brochures and stuff like that, because in my role of working in professional services, they're the people that actually are going to put your job to the top of the queue if you keep them sweet. So they're definitely the people, but it's everyone. It's your colleagues, right? It's absolutely everyone. Be liked by absolutely everyone. Put your emotions aside, because this is really, really important. If somebody pisses you off in one day, it's not the end of the world, first of all. Second of all, it's actually how you react to it. So it's not about what they've done. Don't get me wrong, I hate it when someone like fucks you over, to be honest, but you know, it's not actually, it's about how you deal with it. And we've all been there in a meeting where someone's really emotional, and is like, or on a conference call where someone's started sounding really emotional, or they're really annoyed about something, or they're trying to, you know, berate somebody else. And they don't come off good from it, do they? They always, you sit there and you go, oh, this is a bit awkward. And that's because they're not really thinking. They're leading with emotion. They're not leading with their actual head in this situation. And with work, you have to lead with your head, otherwise you're going to fail. So be liked. Put your emotions to one side, and really just make sure that you are that you know what you're talking about, and everything is fact based. It is fact. It is not based on your emotions. In the same way, stay professional at all times. You know, it's really, really, really important that you stay professional, that you, that, as I say, it's exactly the same as about putting emotion into it. It's making sure that whatever you say there's fact linked to it. You know, if somebody isn't pulling their weight, you don't pull them up on it. You maybe speak to them one-on-one and just say, look, you know, I've noticed that we're missing a few deadlines. Is there something going on? Always think about the bigger picture. Have they got something personal going on? Have they actually, you know, can they actually do the work? Do they need your help? You know, that's what a good leader does, right? And that's the best way to get the most out of people and people that you work with. So stay professional at all times. Be liked. Don't whinge. Do not complain. Do not bitch about people. You know, it's so important, because whatever you say, someone else is going to tell them what you've said. You know, you can never get away with not being found out. And chances are, you know, if you're telling someone, if someone's bitching to you about somebody, then they're going to bitch to somebody else about you. Like, it's just such a minefield out there. Do not bitch and do not complain. Just keep it to yourself. That's what your family at home are for, right? That's what your friend group is all about. They're the people that you bitch and moan and complain about work to, but do not complain in the office. I always remember there's this one person that I once knew, and I used to work with her, and everyone used to say she never had a bad word to say about anyone. And I just remember just being like, that is such a nice way to be, where everyone just says that she's a lovely person, she had not got a bad word to say. And that's how we're going to do well, right, in the workplace. That's how we're going to navigate this minefield that is office politics, by actually being nice, and not being emotional, not showing your true colours, but it's actually just think before you speak, just think before you do anything. You want to be someone that everyone likes, you know, and this is the same way as don't be a dick. Like, don't try and throw anyone under the bus. Do not try, and a lot of people do it. If you think about it, those people that do step on other people to get to the top, no one really likes them. They end up isolating themselves from the rest of the business, and chances are they always get their comeuppance in the end. So one of the biggest things, yeah, don't be a dick. Like, treat everyone really, really well. Be nice, be professional. Don't whine, do not complain, do not bitch. Just go into work, do your job to the best of your ability. Be nice to everyone and try and enjoy the day. Like, unfortunately, wherever you go, there will always be office politics, and unless you learn to master them and you learn to survive in that environment, then it's just not going to work out for you, and you will keep being in the same situation over and over again. For me, I can't do office politics. I can hold my hands up and I can say I just don't like it, which is the reason why I don't have a permanent office job, because it just doesn't work for me. I don't like getting involved in that sort of stuff. It just makes me feel uncomfortable, because I don't know how to play the game, and I can hold my hands up and say I don't know how to play the game, but I do know how to play the game. I do know how, I just don't want to. And for a lot of people do want to, or people are in these situations. So it's very much, if you're going to put yourself into this situation, you just need to learn to manage it. The best leaders are people that learn from others, always learning from others, want to listen to others. It's all about networking, it's about aligning, it's about building really, really strong relationships with everyone around them and making sure that no one feels isolated, and at the same time not isolating themselves from everybody else. So if that's what you want to do and you want to stay in the office, in the office world, and progress, then it's making sure that you create really, really strong networks, you align with everybody, you collaborate, you build really, really strong relationships with everyone around you, and you make sure that you don't isolate anybody, but at the same time you don't isolate yourself. By doing that, you will actually create a stronger relationship with everybody in the business, and you will be known as somebody that is good to know. You're somebody that knows what you're doing. You're someone that, someone's like, oh, this person's nice, we always want to hang out with that person. And you'll actually do better in the business in the long run, and you'll enjoy it more. Like, that's the most important thing. Like, if we're all in office environments, we've just got to learn to navigate them, right? Otherwise, what's the point? We may as well move into a different job. So if you're feeling like you just can't get it, try these tips. If this isn't working, maybe, or you don't want to do it, maybe office work isn't for you. Maybe navigating office politics and work politics is not what you're looking for, and you're looking for something else. Ambition Plan did a study of 2,000 UK professionals, and realised that 73%, and that is a huge number, right? 73% of people want to change their jobs. 27% suffer anxiety at work, and 30% have a fear of failure. So there are a lot of people out there. 73%, that's really, really sad. There is a huge number of people out there that are not happy with the status quo. They are not happy in what they're doing. And people feel that they have no choice, but no one should be in a job that they hate, not a single person. So, office politics is one thing, and there's people drive us nuts. But when you try and think about it from the bigger picture and think that there are so many people all thrown into one melting pot, it's like school. You're thrown into one melting pot and you just have to navigate the situation to be the best. You've got to really think about it and think that we're all in the same boat, and that should make it easier to navigate. But as I say, always remember you need to be doing your best in terms of getting a group collaborating and working together. It's networking, it's aligning, it's building relationships. So that's what's going to get you through the office politics. When you think that so many people have personal goals, you need to find out what those personal goals are. I've written an article on this anyway, and this is, and I'll post this a little bit later on the page and in the group, so you can actually have a read of it alongside this. But I just want you to sort of think about, especially at a time when you've got all this stuff going on with American politics, you've got all this stuff going on with Brexit at the moment. That is a really good way of sort of seeing what office politics are like. It's a really good snapshot. I mean, it's the only thing that I can take out of all of this right now that makes me feel a little bit better about the situation. But you watch it all and you see all this ambition. It's the whole house of cards, like people trying to get to the top. That is office politics in a nutshell. A little bit more extreme in actual politics, but it's a really good way of looking at it and just thinking, you want to be part of it or you don't want to be part of it. If you want to be part of it, it's time to master the game and accept that it's a game that you play. You can't go into the office environment every single day being yourself, because it's just not going to work. You have to remove the emotion from it, and you have to look into playing a bigger picture here. So I hope that's helped. Good luck. Let me know how your work politics stories are. Let me know some good ones, some bad ones, some ugly ones, and try out these tips today and see how you get on. So have a wonderful day, everyone. Happy Monday.